And the last one, what should we do to increase revenue and decrease costs, which ultimately increase profitability, which ultimately helps everybody. So on the last one, my belief before I started working with the company that I work with now is I never really cared about costs because I knew I could work harder and smarter, and I knew I had a great team of mentors and experts that was going to help me do that, and I could outrun whatever costs I incurred, right? And you can, if it's one dentist with maybe an associate, maybe two associates, that one dentist can get cranking enough that you can outrun it. But eventually, you know, how many of you is your primary doctor the primary producer? Everybody, right? Not, I guess not you guys, but everybody else. And so when that, eventually when you add more people that aren't that primary producer, that your doctors are hyper productive because that's who they are, and that's why you're in the room, right? And so, but are all doctors like that? No, we all know that. Do they have to be like that? No. So, but as you have more of those that are less driven, less productive, that's when you really need to watch costs because they can get out of whack really easily. So when we look at practices to acquire, we'll often see practices that are spending 12% of their revenue on supplies. I mean, I don't even know how you could possibly do that. I know practices that are spending 10 or 12 on lab. I don't know how you could do that. But they can because I've seen it. And I see practices that are at 3.5, and I don't know, who was at 3.5 yesterday? That was, yeah, is that you guys at 3.5? You guys at 3.5. Yeah, man, that's awesome. That really is. That's unbelievable. Because we have a hard time getting there on our feet. What we pay for supplies is, you know, 2/3 probably what you do, just because we can negotiate because we're big. That's amazing.
What is that percentage? Yeah, can you tell us what you can see?
Yeah, so on supplies, before I joined this big group, I had my supplies at 4.5% of revenue. Now that wasn't easy. And we had to do something relatively innovative to get there. What I did to get there was I had a really good rep like Mitch has, different company, but I said, I'll buy every supply through you that I can. I'll consolidate all my business to one supplier because at that time I had it spread out among a few. I'll consolidate everything for you. I'll buy everything for you through you, and I want you to, I'm going to pay you 4.5% of revenue, of my revenue, to get everything I need. And they said, okay.
So 4.5 to 5% is considered.
3.9. But that's going to be tough because we can, you know, for you to get that low because we've got negotiated rates with suppliers. Yeah. If you hit 4.5, you're doing really good. Jim, you agree with that?
Yes, but so many doctors don't negotiate like you did.
Yeah.
And you'll find by just doing that, you'll get a decrease.
Yeah.
You just got to stand them up a little.
If you're over 6, that's when I would say over 6 is a problem.
So when you say negotiate, I need to know where to start.
Yeah.
I know where I am now. I'm over 4 for sure.
Okay. So you what company do you work with? Henry Schein. So you get your Schein rep, and you say, Mr. Schein rep, I really like Henry Schein. You are a good company. You have the broadest capabilities of any dental supply company in the world, and I really like working with you. But I need your help. My supply costs are out of control, and I need your help in getting them down. Let's sit down together and let's get a target of what we want to spend on supplies. So before I did this, I didn't know that the materials in 2 tubes with a price difference of double were the exact same material. I didn't know that. So I didn't know that, like an impression material, that they'll run a bunch of it, they'll put blue color in it, and it goes out and it gets this label on it, and it's at this price. The exact same stuff. They'll do another, they'll put half of it in that tube, and then they'll run another. They'll put a different color in it. They'll put a different label on it, and it's half the price. It's exactly the same stuff. I had no idea, but your shine rep does. So engage him in looking at everything you